Hey everyone there, it's Jordan again. I believe it's week number 7 now in my MLS journey. So yeah, last week with the Portland Timbers it was an awesome week. So I guess, this week wasn't going to be too incredible, but I'll get to that in a bit. First off, just need to sort of thank a few people. The response has been brilliant from the last video, more than I ever could have thought it was going to be. So kind of people want to listen to my voice that much, but so yes, some big thanks to sort of Seth Yonker, Cal Newton, Ryan Pollard, Robert Huffman, Benny L86, Ryan Gates. Big thank you to to Stumptown 30 and Dropping Timber for sort of putting my video up and helping me reach more fans and stuff like that. It's been just great to have the support really. Your fans have been amazing so far. I mean, it's only week 7, as I say. Like this week I've found out about the no pity in the Rose City kind of thing, which I thought was awesome really. And I was talking to some fans and stuff about how it was, they say when they go on the pitch it's kind of like in battle. I thought it was really interesting, and a bit weird actually, because some of you may not know, but I'm a big Manchester City football fan. And I've actually got the shirt here. on the badge, on the crest, you won't be able to see it from here, there's some Latin underneath. And basically it translates to pride in battle, because we believe it's it's a battle on a football pitch. And it was weird that both teams kind of had that, and I never knew that, so it freaked me out slightly that they're both kind of similar in a little way. So I found out that was really interesting. I mean, it's just great to have the support. I mean, I was actually thinking about getting one of the things that attracted me to Portland, and when I was picking my teams, is the jerseys. And because I never supported a team in green. I like the colours and the strip and the red one with the rose on, and so yeah, I mean, all the supports made me kind of want to help more, to be more involved, and I was thinking about getting one of the football shirts, but I looked on the internet and it's pretty difficult, and the only place I found are all really expensive as well. So I don't know if you guys know, just want to shout this out, if any of you guys know any places that sell the shirts, maybe to Europe, or any other ways to possibly get them, that'd be awesome, because I mean, I'd actually like to maybe I play a lot of football with my friends down here in the parks and stuff like that, and I'd like to roll out with the Portland Timbers jersey. It'd be pretty cool, it'd be pretty sweet. So yeah, moving on. The Portland game this week was against the LA Galaxy, and it didn't really end too well. 3-0 defeat there. I mean, I think we conceded 2 goals in 10 minutes. We just kind of not focused at the beginning really. And I praised him last week, so I don't know where that went to his head. But Rodney Wallace, couldn't believe it when he fouled Donovan, I believe, in the box, and he just pulled him backwards. And as someone who's played in defence, that's just a stupid thing to put away. I mean, right in the box, the ref's gonna see it. It's some play at times you just gotta use your head. And I don't know, he's nervous at the start, or he's 1-0 down within a few minutes, but I couldn't believe that. And I mean, in general, the defence, I've just not been happy so far for what I've seen really. Especially, I mean, I already mentioned last week in the middle. I just think we need a leader there, someone to just head those balls out, take command, move the back line up the right, get the offside trap on the go, stuff like that. Just simple leadership kind of things. Because I know a lot of people have one of their centre halves as a captain, and I know that isn't, but maybe we need to have someone in there who's kind of like a captain to push the team forward. I mean, we had Troy Perkins in goal this week. It was the first time I'd ever seen him in goal for us, and I mean, he let in 3 goals, but one was a penalty kick, or PK as I've learnt. But still, I mean, I said last week I thought it would be harsh on Gleeson to be dropped. Really, I don't think the goals have been that much his fault, and maybe it wasn't Perkins too much, but he didn't strike me as anything incredible really. And I mean, if he comes in first game, concedes 3, he doesn't really deserve to start next game, to be fair. I think we should give Gleeson a shout. He's really impressed me so far, and so I think why not? I mean, but aside from that, I mean, one thing I've liked Portland so far has been the attacking styles with Al Hassan and Cooper and Perlaza getting the 2 goals. And but when I was watching the game with LA, it kind of shocked me a little bit how more organised LA were. Like we got the ball, and as soon as we saw a goal, we took a shot. Well, they passed it around, worked the opening. I think it was the 3rd goal, I believe. It was crossed in. It was just we were kind of outclassed in a little way. And I'd like to see a bit more patience in attack. Instead of taking this, if we're having a shot at goal, that's maybe a 30% chance. Why not work an open and get a sort of a 60% chance effort? You know what I mean? I'd rather take time and be patient on the ball to do that. So that's kind of one of the comparisons I saw between LA Galaxy. LA Galaxy, that was the first time I'd properly seen LA Galaxy as well. I'd heard, they were one of the teams I heard about, obviously, because of the David Beckham reference. I don't know if you guys will probably have this kind of thing, but in England, David Beckham he's pretty much the sort of Mr. Football, really. I remember I was watching a sort of a comedy quiz show, like a panel show, and it was they were on about, it's a bit funny story. They were on about basically they would say a fact, and true or false. After they did this polls, the teams that voted true or false, and the fact was that on a poll, 56% of women would let 56% of men would let David Beckham sleep with their wife. And so everyone was false, everyone false. And it was true. So that shows you how much we love David Beckham. So it was good. I think he's maybe lost sort of slight bits of pace, but it's still just great to see him out there, really. To see him with the jerseys on and stuff like that. I saw Donovan obviously with Everton, and he really impressed me there as well. He seemed quite quick on the ball and a real attacking threat, and he was the same against LA, really. He scored 2, so that shows you what he was like. Yeah. One of the things I've been thinking I want to talk about for a few weeks, and I've been trying to sort of understand it because it's very different, is kind of the transfer system in the US. I'm an NFL and NBA fan as well, so I've kind of knew about it a little bit, and it kind of happened this week when I heard the whole Benny Feilhaber. I'll be honest, I didn't really know. I haven't really heard of him before. But I heard he was a US national, and he was kind of a big deal on the MLS website, so I presume he must be alright. And it kind of happened with him this week when he was, I think he signed for the MLS, and then he got put into a team, and it was some sort of ranking team, which I thought was really interesting. And like how he went to the lowest ranked team on his allocation thing, and I was thinking that would probably never ever happen in the UK. Like, if you take, for example, Luis Suarez from Ajax signed for Liverpool in January. And so, for example, he's gone to the EPL, as you guys call it. Imagine him being put towards a sort of low-end team. For example, Luis Suarez at Blackpool or Wigan. It just wouldn't happen. So it was pretty interesting to see that kind of stuff. And I think it kind of makes the league seem more rounded in a kind of way. Like I like the idea of that the lower end teams possibly get like the better player. It makes it more even, I think. I think that's just really, really. It seems very competitive, the MLS so far, from what I've all seen, and it's really exciting, really. You don't know who's gonna win. So I think that's just a really good thing. I don't know how you guys see the transfer difference between here and sort of the UK, and whether if you're an American fan, what do you think the league would change if it was transfer system was run like the UK when you had just money? Do you think? I think Red Bulls and LA Galaxy seem to be the ones with a bit of money. Do you think they would just buy everyone? I probably think so. But yeah, so I saw Feilhaber. Sorry, change time. So Feilhaber play for the Revs, and there's one thing I wanted to see, the whole shirt sponsor kind of thing on the Revolution that I read about, and it kind of shocked me a little bit. I've never really, ever since I've grown up, football teams have always had a shirt sponsor. In fact, I remember, I think West Bromwich Albion, when they played in the Premier League, it didn't have a shirt sponsor one season, and it was kind of like, oh my god, they haven't got a shirt sponsor, what they're doing, they're not a real team kind of thing. And so I think it's interesting that in the US, I saw Sporting Kansas City don't have one, and Colorado Rapids, who I believe won last season, don't have one. And that kind of shocked me a little bit. I don't really know. I can always imagine football just to always have the sponsor. So I mean, I don't know what you guys think about sort of sponsored football. I think it can't be anything but good, I guess. More money for transfers. But yeah, so that was one thing I saw kind of this week that was a bit interesting. So yeah, it's been an interesting week for MLS. There's a lot of games. Obviously, Real Salt Lake, Portland will be playing next week. They've got the Champions League final. Although it's played over just a second leg. So they might be a bit tired. So hopefully we're at home, so we might get a nice result there. You never know. And so yeah, it seems hopefully next week I'll be able to talk about a win rather than a loss, and some goals, and maybe even a clean sheet. Just because, do you guys call it a shutout? Shutout. A clean shutout. Hopefully I can talk about one of them. Because Portland need one. We need a better defence. But yeah, so keep messaging me on Twitter, all that stuff. Keep emailing me, telling me to talk about certain things, or do anything differently. And yeah, keep in touch, guys. Cheers.